Tonight on Ctv3 News, a man from the old capital is arrested and charged for sexually assaulting his daughter. Ministry of Health and Wellness responds to new World Screwworm as the country confirms 2 human cases. The fight against dengue increases along with rising cases and outbreak, and a brand new ambulance for the Northern Regional Hospital. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Wednesday, August 27th, 2025.
World shifts to regional supply chains, Belize is poised to lead. This is where blue innovation meets green ambition, and orange creativity thrives. Join us for the Belize Investment Summit 2025, September 3rd to 5th at the Sunset Carib in San Pedro. From agribusiness to aquaculture, from renewable energy to digital services, from tourism to trade, this is the future of regional integration, and it starts here. Whether you're returning home, expanding regionally, or entering new markets, Belize welcomes you. Why Belize? Why now? Belize Investment Summit 2025, Bridging Markets, Building Resilience, September 3rd to 5th at Sunset Carib, San Pedro. Visit investmentsummit.bz to register and be part of shaping the investment frontier.
¡Prepárate, Belice! El regreso más esperado está aquí.
El ritmo que traigo es azúcar, azúcar para ti.
¡Cumbia Kings!
Como mami, mami, yo te vengo a decir las cosas tan lindas que tú quieres.
¡Cumbia Kings! En vivo, este sábado 30 de agosto, en el majestuoso People Stadium, Orange Bowl. La cumbia que marcó tu vida vuelve para encender la fiesta más grande del año. ¡Cumbia Kings! General 75, VIP 150, Platinum $200. Una noche única, un concierto histórico. Boletos ya disponibles en Cuellos Distillery, Rustic Roof, Divari, Orange Bowl Town, Marías Bake Shop y Coffee House, Amor Turquesa Boutique, Shell One Stop. Y la aplicación QuiPass, disponible en Android y iPhone.
The new designs for Belize's new banknotes have been revealed. But why are only 2 national figures featured on the banknotes? The individuals honored on our new banknotes have received Belize's highest distinction, the Order of the National Hero. As of January 2025, only 2 persons have been awarded this title. The Right Honorable George Cadle Price, regarded as the father of the nation, who was the first Prime Minister of Belize and renowned leader in our road to independence, and the Honorable Philip Stanley Wilberforce Golson, one of the longest-serving members of the House of Representatives, known for his unwavering stance on protecting and preserving Belize. By featuring these heroes, we honor their invaluable contributions to the development of our nation. New look, same value, heroes' legacy. Learn more at www.centralbank.org.bz. A message from the Central Bank of Belize.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. The government of Belize, through its different agencies, has been stepping up its response to the serious threat posed by the new World Screwworm, a parasitic infestation that affects both humans and animals. Health authorities have confirmed 2 active human cases in the western part of the country, and officials say work is ongoing to contain the situation and raise public awareness. Minister of Health and Wellness, Honorable Kevin Bernard, explained that his ministry is collaborating closely with the Belize Agricultural Health Authority, BAHA, and other partners to strengthen the national response. Facilities across the country have been trained to detect and treat cases, while education campaigns are being rolled out to ensure Belizeans understand the dangers and how to prevent infection.
The ministry has been engaging immediately when the whole issue of screwworm, and that because it now has hit humans, the ministry has engaged in constant communication through our social media pages. We have been on the media. Our public health officials are out on the ground and doing sensitization as well across this country, because we have to make sure people understand what the screwworm can cause. Of course, as they said, it is a treatable illness as well, but if it's left untreated, it can also kill you. And so we have to ensure that people are very much aware. I must thank the team at the Ministry of Agriculture, through BAHA, and the minister, who have been very responsive, working very closely with the Ministry of Health as well in terms of the quick response. Our surveillance team, I must say that the minute we were able to identify and verify through the BAHA lab, we have been on the ground getting those patients treated, getting them the necessary medication. The first scenario, I believe the first person who had that, I think may have taken a bit too long to have visited the facility, but is on a treatment, getting the necessary treatment going. As I said, it's a treatable illness, but if not treated, can lead to something more dangerous. And so we have been doing our part at the ministry, making sure that we are out there on the ground. Our community health workers have been updated. Our doctors have also been updated in terms of what are the treating protocols for these things. And so that has been ongoing. I must commend our people at the ministry for taking that very initiative to go out and deal with this matter right head on, because it's a matter of concern. One case is a public health concern, and so we had to address that right away.
The minister stressed that public cooperation is essential in tackling the outbreak. He urged residents to remain alert, seek immediate medical care if they suspect infection, and support eradication efforts to protect communities and livelihoods.
But, for the 2 cases that we speak, those persons had contact with animals and in the farms, and they were in the farm setting, and so we have to understand that. One of the patients I know was also a diabetic, so it's risky, and as you know, the fly attached to an open wound, and that's their feeding ground. And as the minute that fly lays that egg, within 24 hours you're already having what you call it, I'm trying, the minister, yeah, the actual screwworm, a small larva, and then in the next 48 hours it's already grown. And so, but it's about sensitization, it's about people understanding what needs to be done, protecting yourselves, because it's something that is in the animals. It's and I would hope we don't see more emergence of these type of cases. We've seen in America where they have said that they have now detected their first case, I think, I don't remember which state, with this screwworm and in human. So it's something that we have to address, and we have to ensure that we minimize and sensitize our people. So from the ministry perspective, we are doing our part to be out there educating our people, talking to people, speaking to our farmers, speaking to the general public, ensuring that they are aware of what the effects of these things can, and what preventative methods that they can use in terms of not, if they see it, they have an injury, try avoid, being around animals. For example, we have seen it in a dog, where the entire dog brain seems to be affected. So I mean, it's a critical issue. We have to address it, and we're hoping that we can minimize that.
The latest figures from officials indicate that there are currently close to 400 cases of new World Screwworm reported in various areas of the country. Authorities in the Belize district are currently looking into a troubling sexual assault incident after a mother came forward with allegations that her daughter was mistreated by her father. The complaint was filed on Monday morning, and following medical assessments, it was confirmed that the young girl had been sexually abused. The 43-year-old man from Belize has formally been arrested and charged for rape and sexual assault. With dengue cases on the rise and an official outbreak declared just weeks ago, particularly in Belize City, the Ministry of Health and Wellness is ramping up its national response. Minister of Health and Wellness, Honorable Kevin Bernard, says the ministry has launched targeted mosquito control operations alongside public education and community outreach efforts, all aimed at reducing breeding sites and increasing awareness about prevention.
We have been on the ground ever since the dengue was, they had an outbreak in Belize City, yes, of course. But our people, our teams across the districts and the city, we have been on the ground spraying, making sure that, in fact, in Belize City, we had to hire additional spraymen to go out and assist the team, the vector team. And similarly, in the district, we are putting together a program where in every region, and Orange, Corozal, down south, in the west, there will be additional persons hired temporary to go out and do. This is something routine that we do around this time. But with the outbreak of dengue in the city, we decided to ramp up that, take it up further, and then be able to do so. But we have seen somewhat a control of that issue, and thankfully. But we are doing our part as the ministry in the public health area. Our vector team has been out at the same time, and at the same time as well, we are doing the educational campaign, making sure people understand, talking. I think there's some scheduled talk shows that will also be had, so that people are sensitized more of what the effects of dengue.
Bernard also noted that these measures are not only focused on containing dengue, but are part of broader efforts to ensure that other vector diseases such as malaria are kept out of Belize.
All of this also, Belize being a malaria-free country status, we want to ensure that we don't also have the emergence of any malaria in-house, or I'm trying to use the proper wording that they use, what they call indigenous malaria, which is within country, as opposed to imported malaria. Because you may have persons who come into a country because they may have caught it somewhere else. Those are considered imported cases. But again, we want to ensure that we remain malaria-free and the status. But at the same time, we have to ensure that we continue to control the spread of dengue. And it requires everybody doing their part. You as a citizen, making sure that there's no lot of pink pond of water hanging around just in tires or in old cans or so forth in your yard. Clean your yard properly, because those are the things that harbor these type of insects.
The ministry is urging the public to take proactive steps to protect themselves and their households, including eliminating standing water, using insect repellents, and seeking medical attention promptly if dengue symptoms develop. The Northern Regional Hospital in Orange Walk is now better equipped to respond to medical emergencies following the donation of a brand new state-of-the-art ambulance valued at over $200,000 Belize dollars. The vehicle was officially handed over today by the Ambassador of Japan to Belize, His Excellency Shinoda Shirakata, during a brief ceremony at the hospital. The donation forms part of the Embassy of Japan's Grant Assistance for Grassroots Human Security project, which supports allied countries like Belize in key areas such as health, education, and agriculture. Ambassador Shirikata highlighted that today's handover is a testament to Japan's continued commitment to strengthening ties with Belize and supporting the nation's development.
For the project, the provision of ambulance for the Northern Regional Hospital in Orange Walk Town following the grant signing on December 4th, 2024. Funding support in the amount of $100 $3,850 or approximately $207,700 was granted to the government of Belize through the Embassy of Japan's Grant Assistance for Grassroots and Human Security Project program. It's in Japanese it's Kusanone, grassroots. In emphasizing relation between Japan and Belize, the Embassy of Japan is pleased to have been able to support this project to facilitate the procurement of one ambulance for the Northern Regional Hospital. Going forward, the government of Japan will continue to work in close collaboration with our Belgian counterpart in the critical area of development such as health, emergency care response, agriculture, community development, and education, all of which are critical pillars in materializing in the human security concept. And today's handover ceremony are undertaken in the very important moment because 3 weeks ago the Prime Minister Belizeño visited to Japan and met our Prime Minister Ishiba, and they talked about the importance of continue our very good friendship and cooperation, mutual cooperation between the people of Japan and the people of Belize.
Minister of Health and Wellness Kevin Bernard expressed gratitude on behalf of the government and people of Belize, noting that the modern ambulance will enhance the capacity of the health sector to deliver efficient and life-saving services. He explained that the vehicle is fully equipped to transport and treat critically ill patients, including those requiring intensive care.
I want to first start off by thanking the Ambassador of Japan and the people and government of Japan for their generous contribution. As I highlighted in my message, this is not just one ambulance, but we have had contribution from them for several of our facilities, and this is a second one for Orijoa. And this adds on to our fleet of ambulances. Of course, as I said, as we try to improve in terms of emergency care, an ambulance is the first point where you have to address any emergency. And we want to ensure that the ambulances that we have are fully equipped. If you look in this ambulance, you will see everything equipped. As I was pointed out, this ambulance can also carry a person in ICU, an ICU patient, because it's well equipped with oxygen and all the necessary things that are needed from a medical standpoint. And so this does add to the fleet of ambulances, and it adds to the improvement of care and delivery of service to the people that we serve.
This is not the first such contribution from Japan. Similar ambulances have been provided to other regions of the country, ensuring that more communities benefit from improved emergency medical response.
It will be stationed here at Northern Regional Hospital. As you know, this is a region that does a lot of referrals, and so we have to ensure that we have enough. But Corozal also will get an additional ambulance as well, so that will also add to their fleet of ambulances. So what I just say, as I said, any new contribution, any new donation that we get for this type of equipment is a benefit to the Belizean people.
The Northern Regional Hospital's new addition is expected to make a significant difference in the delivery of health care to residents of Orange Walk and surrounding districts. Coming up next, Belize enhances T-TAP system with new online payment options for faster, secure, and convenient processing. Stay tuned.
It's here once again. Bigger and better. Fiesta FM 21st anniversary. Come and celebrate with us this September 6th, one of the biggest events of the year, Fiesta FM 21st anniversary.
It's all happening at Central Park at 7 p.m. There will be lots of giveaways and entertainment to the next level.
Come and dance the night away with the legendary, all the way from Dengue, my maid Martinez. Alongside the mighty Super Furia Band. And on the wheels of steels, all the way from Chetumal, Quintana Roo, Mexico, Felipe Lopez, DJ Diablio.
Arriba, 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 las manos arriba, arriba, las manos arriba, arriba, arriba. Aquí está el Diablillo y este es un desastre. Y al que no le gusta.
So you don't want to miss this one-of-a-kind event. It's going to be big. It's going to be great. It's Fiesta FM 21st anniversary. See you there.
The Belize Office of the Ombudsman has announced the launch of an inquiry into the incident that occurred at Belize Central Prison on August 12, 2025, involving inmate Nairi Parchu. In a recent statement, the Ombudsman's office indicated that the investigation will focus on assessing whether the response to the attempted escape adhered to principles of fairness and proportionality, and whether established administrative procedures were followed. The inquiry will include a review of the use of force during the incident, the training and policies that guided the response, and the medical treatment provided to the inmate afterward. The official emphasized that the investigation will be carried out in a fair and independent manner. Our mandate is to ensure accountability and promote ongoing improvements in public service delivery. We will base our findings on facts and legal considerations, and we appreciate the consideration and cooperation of all relevant parties, the statement read. Official requests for information have been dispatched to the Colby Foundation, which oversees Belize Central Prison, as well as the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Belize Police Department. The Ombudsman also noted that it will take care of to avoid interfering with any ongoing criminal investigations and will refrain from commenting further until the review is completed. The incident in question occurred when 30-year-old Parchu attempted to escape from the facility. He was shot in the head by prison guards and later found to be paralyzed. However, according to Colby Foundation CEO Virgilio Murillo, the paralysis was not caused by the gunshot wound but a fractured spine sustained when Parchu fell from a 20-foot-high fence during the escape attempt. The Ministry of Rural Transformation, Community Development, Labor, and Local Government, through the Labor Department, has launched new online payment options for the Temporary Employment Permit TEP system. Introduced in January 2021, the online TEP system was designed to modernize and streamline the process of applying for temporary employment permits in Belize. Since its launch, the system has continued to evolve as part of the ministry's broader commitment to improving public service delivery and strengthening government efficiency. Until now, applicants were able to complete TEP payments either at the Treasury Department or through eCash. With this latest improvement, the TEP portal now integrated with one link, enabling applicants to pay directly using credit or debit cards. This added flexibility makes the process faster and more convenient for both employers and workers, allowing payments to be completely secured from anywhere with instant confirmation. For Honorable Florencia Marin, Jr., Minister of Rural Transformation, Community Development, Labor, and Local Government, the launch is not just about technology, but also about the role of the Labor Department in shaping a labor market that is fair, transparent, and supportive of national growth.
Actually, I think it's quite a game changer for this ministry. A lot of work has been put in, and as you can see from the presentation from the Labour Commissioner, this is something ongoing over the years. I mean, digitizing, moving to full digital processes in our Labour Department. The next step will now be partnering with the other ministries to be able to fully have one digitized concept, an online concept, so that workers can now move much more faster and more efficiently. I think you're aware that because of the low unemployment, employers are struggling to get people to work in the industry, in particular in my district, in the north, in my area, the sugar industry in the south as well. They're struggling to get workers. This is but one step to be able to make the process much more easier and much more friendly for the workers.
According to CEO Valentino Schall, applicants may log into the TEP portal, select their application, and choose their preferred payment method: Treasury Department deposits, e-cash, and now credit and debit card payments.
Normally, in the past, when you pay for government services, you pay at a cashier, like a real-life person, or some alternative is you go to the Treasury Department to do that payment to the cashier. And we feel that is inconvenient and very inefficient, especially for those large industries that depend on migrant labor, and when they want to pay for their work permits. If you can imagine, if you have a company in Trio, the nearest Treasury Department or Treasury office is in Dengue or PG. So you have to leave your work and your farm to go and make those payments, and then come back to the Labour Department to continue to do your application. And so we're removing that completely. So there'll be no need to move about. And so the digitization of these payments using convenient payment options, debit card, credit card, e-cash, is very convenient and very helpful to those people who would have to travel long distances to make those payments. And so it's a way of easing the way of doing business for us in the country, and to make sure that the government revenues are properly collected and accounted for, because there are really no errors when it comes to digitized payments, especially when you're accounting and reconciling those numbers with the Treasury Department.
This enhancement is directly aligned with the priorities of Plan Belize, which emphasizes modernization of public services, digital transformation, and the creation of a business climate that fosters investment and growth. Also worth noting is that the applications were developed by Belizean developers. After more than a decade of delays, Belize is finally moving closer to passing the long-discussed Occupational Safety and Health OSH bill. Earlier this year, the government announced its intention to revive the legislation, which aims to strengthen workplace standards and protect the health and safety of employees across the country. Minister of Rural Transformation, Community Development, Labor and Local Government, Honorable Ferencia Marin Jr., confirmed in an update today that the bill is now before committee and is expected to be presented in the House of Representatives soon. Marin described the move as a significant achievement for his ministry, noting that the OSH bill has been one of the most anticipated pieces of legislation in recent years. The bill is expected to establish clearer regulations for employers and ensure safer working environments, marking a major step forward for labor rights in Belize.
That is our ambition right now. It is at committee. All right, the committee had met and had a public consultation. Right now, the committee is putting together the notes of that public consultation. When they do that, they're bringing it to our ministry for one final review, and as well to the AG. So the ambition, yes, is to get it done. I know initially we had said we're hoping to do it by October, so I can't promise you in September. But I mean, remember, this bill, we need to ensure when we present it to the House, everything, all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, no?
The British High Commission in Belmopan hosted a special farewell ceremony today to honor this year's Chevening scholarship recipients. The event brought together scholars, British officials, Belizean partners, and well-wishers to celebrate their achievements and bid them farewell before their departure to the United Kingdom. The event was marked by an atmosphere of excitement and anticipation as the 6 Belizean scholars shared their aspirations and gratitude, while British High Commissioner to Belize, His Excellency Alistair White, emphasized the importance of education and international collaboration.
This year who've all succeeded in getting Chevening scholarships to study in UK universities. It's a massive achievement, so we want to celebrate those achievements, and we also wanted to bring their friends and family here as well, and just give them a great send-off. Yeah, the Chevening Scholarship is the UK's flagship scholarship programme. We've been doing it for about 42 years, and there have been 60,000 Chevening scholars in that time. But we have just 6 scholars from Belize this year. Thousands of people will have applied. These people here and the scholars from previous years have really demonstrated huge future leadership, brilliant academics, and incredibly strong personality. It's really prestigious. They're going to some of the best universities in the world, and they're going to come back and be real contributors in Belize.
Among this year's 6 lucky recipients is Curacau's very own Alexia Mai, who will pursue a master's in meteorology and climatology. She shared her plans for her studies and future contributions to Belize.
I believe I was doing a training at the moment when I received the email, but it was very surprising because the amount of applicants that we had for that year, I think it was about 30,000 more than the previous year. So it was something that, as much as you have faith that you'll get the scholarship, it's still surprising, and it's still up to this point very, shocking, but I'm enjoying the experience so far.
Mai's plan is to return to Belize with a master's degree in hand and make significant impact in the area of meteorology and climatology.
You know how important meteorology is in this time with climate change and everything. We are being able to inform the public as best as we can, and I think with the knowledge that I'm supposed to get from this degree, I hope to be able to just enhance the efficiency and just the effectiveness of the forecasting that we take out, and probably go more into research, look at more climate forecasting, we work along with the agricultural sector, tourism sector, civil aviation as well. So to be able to give them more information, a little bit more that they can use, and also to the wider public, that's our main persons who we give the weather is the public, no? So to be able to give them accurate and have them be able to trust the National Meteorological Service a bit more, have confidence in the work that we're putting out.
Scholars prepared to leave their families behind and further their education. His Excellency Alistair White had nothing but well wishes for them.
I hope this can be an absolute life-changing experience. Enjoy the UK, enjoy every part of the UK, explore, but study hard, but also really socialise hard, build your network. You'll be building a network of Chevening scholars from all over the world, and these people who hopefully for the rest of your lives and career will be part of your friendship group, your network, people you can look to for advice, maybe for a bit of help in the future, but mostly just have an absolute great time and then come back to Belize and put what you learn into practice.
The Chevening Scholarship Program, funded by the UK government, aims to develop global leaders by supporting outstanding individuals from diverse backgrounds. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
It is truly a proud and historic moment for us here in San Ignacio. It gives me great joy to welcome you all to the official opening of the very first wooden basketball court in our community.
The cost of the project in completion was about $200,000. Honorable Mala was willing to assist us with this project. This is a huge, huge investment for us.
There can be serious development through sports, especially if the right foundation, having the right facilities are in place. Then the programs follow. We can't put the carriage front of the house by having the programs, but we only have outdoor facilities. Belize rain 6 months out of the year, and having outdoor facilities is just not enough.
Our focus is going to be on education because that's a part of using sports as a vehicle to get as many of our athletes to international schools to play football, basketball, volleyball, track, whatever it is. The other thing is health. 33% of our people are afflicted by diabetes, hypertension, or some ailment like that. And those things can be prevented. So we want to create again the facilities where people can go exercise, have fun.
In the heart of the Americas lies a country that connects nations, cultures, and commerce. Belize, where CARICOM, Central America, and Southeastern Mexico meet, offers more than beauty. It offers opportunity, a stable democracy, a bilingual workforce. And in this new global trade era, Belize is more than a destination. It's the nexus of tomorrow's investment frontier. A robust logistics and trade infrastructure connects you to over 200 million consumers. And as the world shifts to regional supply chains, Belize is poised to lead. This is where blue innovation meets green ambition, and orange creativity thrives. Join us for the Belize Investment Summit 2025, September 3rd to 5th at the Sunset Caribe in San Pedro. From agribusiness to aquaculture, from renewable energy to digital services, from tourism to trade, this is the future of regional integration, and it starts here. Whether you're returning home, expanding regionally, or entering new markets, Belize welcomes you. Why Belize? Why now? Belize Investment Summit 2025, Bridging Markets, Building Resilience, September 3rd to 5th at Sunset Caribe, San Pedro. Visit investmentsummit.bz to register and be part of shaping the investment frontier.
¡Prepárate, Belice! El regreso más esperado está aquí.
El ritmo que traigo es azúcar, azúcar para ti.
¡Cumbia Kings!
Como mami, mami, yo te vengo a decir las cosas tan lindas que tú quieres.
¡Cumbia Kings! En vivo, este sábado 30 de agosto, en el majestuoso People Stadium Orange Bowl. La cumbia que marcó tu vida vuelve para encender la fiesta más grande del año. ¡Cumbia Kings! General 75, VIP 150, Platinum $200. Una noche única, un concierto histórico. Boletos ya disponibles en Cuellos Distillery, Rustic Groove, Divari, Orange Bowl Town, Marías Bake Shop y Coffee House, Amor Turquesa Boutique, Shell One Stop. Y la aplicación QuiPass, disponible en Android y iPhone.
It's here once again. Bigger and better. Fiesta FM 21st anniversary. Come and celebrate with us this September 6th, one of the biggest events of the year, Fiesta FM 21st anniversary.
It's all happening at Central Park at 7 p.m. There will be lots of giveaways and entertainment to the next level.
Come and dance the night away with the legendary, all the way from Dangriga, Maime Martinez. Alongside the mighty Super Furia Band. And on the wheels of steels, all the way from Chetumal, Quintana Roo, Mexico, Felipe Lopez, DJ Diablillo.
Arriba, 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 las manos arriba, arriba, las manos arriba, arriba, arriba. Aquí está el Diablillo y este es un desastre. Y al que no le gusta,
So you don't want to miss this one-of-a-kind event. It's going to be big. It's going to be great. It's Fiesta FM 21st anniversary. See you there.
World shifts to regional supply chains, Belize is poised to lead. This is where blue innovation meets green ambition, and orange creativity thrives. Join us for the Belize Investment Summit 2025, September 3rd to 5th at the Sunset Caribe in San Pedro. From agribusiness to aquaculture, from renewable energy to digital services, from tourism to trade, this is the future of regional integration, and it starts here. Whether you're returning home, expanding regionally, or entering new markets, Belize welcomes you. Why Belize? Why now? Belize Investment Summit 2025, Bridging Markets, Building Resilience, September 3rd to 5th at Sunset Caribe, San Pedro. Visit investmentsummit.bz to register and be part of shaping the investment frontier.
The United States government issued an executive order EO 14324 suspending duty-free de minimis treatment for all countries, which will take effect on August 29, 2025. This executive order eliminated a long-standing de minimis duty-free exemption for low-value shipments. Goods are now taxed from the first dollar, whereas previously they were duty-free up to $800. These customs duties are now the responsibility of the sender, not the recipient, and must be paid to U.S. Customs and Border Protection before the item enters the United States. Without this exemption limit, every shipment of goods, no matter how small or how valuable, must be declared and cleared with U.S. Customs, except for the following exemptions: sending gifts to individuals of less than $100. This threshold includes the value of the merchandise as well as postage cost and mail document containing only documents. Therefore, effective Wednesday, August 27, 2025, the Belize Postal Service will suspend certain shipments containing goods to the United States until further notice. This new rule will affect all postal operators worldwide and is scheduled to take effect on August 29, 2025. Important questions regarding liability, tax collection procedures, and the implementation of new requirements remain unresolved. It is of note that district post offices countrywide, except Belize City, last acceptance of packaging containing goods will be midday Wednesday, August 27, 2025, and Belize City post offices last acceptance of packages containing goods will be 3:30 p.m. on Wednesday, August 27, 2025. 44 participants from 14 Caribbean countries, including Belize, actively engaged in a 4-day regional workshop on population estimates and projections held from the 18th to the 21st of August 2025 in Belize City. Organized by the United Nations Population Fund Sub-Regional Office for the Caribbean and the Latin American and Caribbean Demographic Center, the training brought together demography practitioners and technicians from the Statistical Institute of Belize, SIB, and other national statistical offices, NSOs, across the Caribbean region to strengthen their skills in producing accurate and policy-relevant population projections. This workshop marked a key milestone in advancing the goals of the Enabling of Belize's Statistical System, EBSS project, which is being implemented from 2024 to 2027 with funding from the Korea International Cooperation Agency. The project supports Belize through the SIB as the main beneficiary and implementing partner in modernizing and strengthening its statistical systems and serves as a model for broader capacity building efforts across the Caribbean. Over the course of the workshop, participants were trained in the application of the cohort demographic components model, a globally recognized method for projecting population by age and sex, taking into account fertility, mortality, and international migration trends. The event also provided an important platform for regional collaboration and peer exchange, allowing countries to share challenges and best practices in demographic modeling. Participants highlighted the value of continued technical support and regional cooperation in enhancing quality and usefulness of population statistics. UNFPA, through its Caribbean Sub-Regional Office, continues to work closely with governments to implement censuses, produce vital demographic data, and promote the use of data for policy and planning. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Thursday, August 28th, here on Ctv3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at Ctv3 News BZ. From all of us here at Ctv3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.